Don't you forget it. Everybody is betting on the same thing. In crypto, we are turbo correlated, and don't let anybody confuse you. Yes, sometimes things run by themselves. Sometimes. But for the most part, a lot of things are correlated, friends. And everything is along the risk curve. The risk curve is, in a nutshell, if you are Bitcoin and the stock market goes down, you're going to be okay. If you are another altcoin and the stock market goes down, well, you're not necessarily okay from that point. If the stock market stays down long enough, or Bitcoin stays down long enough, like 5 red monthly candles, you don't have a 100% certainty that you're going to recover. So you have inherent risk. You're further along the risk curve. And you can go from Ethereum down to other layer 1 chains, and you have PulseChain, then you have like the DeFi coins, and even have the meme coins out here. Everything's along the risk curve. The further deeper you're on the risk curve, you are taking a big risk. If there is a nuclear winter and Bitcoin has like 5 red monthly candles in a row, you're going to get wiped, minus 98%. You might say, well, that's dangerous. I don't want to be in that. But what if we don't get 5 red months in a row? What if we get 5 green months in a row? Maybe Bitcoin only gives you 2 or 3x, but your meme coin on the furthest thing down the path, you're going to get like a 30, 50, 100, 150x if you're in the right thing. Now, I'm just using meme coins. It could be another sector. We don't know. But everything inside the belly of the risk curve, you're not going to get your 100x. You're not going to find a world where a VC coin is going to go from a 1 billion to 100 billion with a whole industry sector, and then nothing else goes up. You're not going to find that. There's just too much money coming in, and everything's correlated too much. And we don't actually need most of these coins anyway. All right? So I have the Bitcoin monthly charts here just to show you this, friends. We didn't get 5 red months in a row, but out of the past 5 months, 3 of them were red candles. So that actually was enough to wipe everything out. Okay, so I just showed you the Bitcoin monthly charts, but everybody is looking at the same thing. We're going to play a nice pump song, friend, as well, because pump for Jigglypuff. Some say Jiggly pump. Okay, so if your altcoin has more risk, friends, you do have bigger upside, and that's what you get. You deserve it. You took the risk that if there was a nuclear holocaust in terms of crypto being wiped out, minus 98% coming, but you didn't get it. So you're going to get the upside. That's another way to think about it, friends. We only think about the downside, right? But now you have to start thinking about, wait a minute, if we don't get that scenario, if we get the up part of the cycle, you are going to get more gains. And you already saw that. The data came in, right? Meme coins this year did a 14x. Everything else did a 3 and a 2 and a 0.5x. Meme coins actually blew everything out of the water because Bitcoin basically did 7 green monthly candles in a row. All right, you have to see it in that chart, right? Look at this. See, Bitcoin, friends, did 7 green monthly candles in a row. Meme coins went up the most. Don't forget it. So to understand what's going on, you got to understand basically the psychological wealth effect, friends. This happens in stocks, everything, and in the economy. All right, so when a person and your salary, let's say you earn 50 grand a year. Let's say you now earn 100 grand a year. All the data shows when people start having a double of their income, they will then splurge more. You will get a more expensive car. You'll have more expensive dinners. You go splurge more. You buy more expensive clothes. You do. Your spending goes up with your income. So you felt wealthy, right? Because you are wealthier. Now you spend more. Now, what about a city though? Because people only think about themselves, and then once I ask them to start thinking about other people, it's hard for them to grasp. Now I'm going to show you, right? What if a city's GDP increased by 2x? What does that mean? It means the value of the transactions and all the income and everything generated, they double. That means everybody's wealth doubles. Not one person, a whole city doubles. Well, what we end up finding out is with these cities, the councils, all the government workers and stuff, they spend more on the parks, stadiums, museums. There's more upkeep of the roads. Bridges are fixed. It's more polished everywhere. So even they have the psychological wealth effect. You see? Okay, what about a layer 1 chain now? A layer 1 chain is literally just a city. Bitcoin is a layer 1 chain. I know we don't think about it like that. We think store of value. No, but it's a layer 1 chain. Okay, a chain is a city, friends. It's a city. I've been telling you this for literally since 2022. My gosh, it's been 3 years. A layer 1 chain is literally just a city. It's a digital city. And if you buy their token, you're buying a share of the city. You're betting, you're speculating that other people in the future want to come and use the city. It's going to be worth a lot. You see? See, friends, if you have a block of land, why does your dirt land, why is it worth more in, you know, maybe New York in some suburb rather than like Africa, in Zambia or whatever? Why? It's the same dirt, it's the same land. It's because you're like, oh, the New York one is closer to where more people are. There's more eyeballs. More people want to live there. It's more convenient. That's right. Well, it's the same thing in layer 1 chains. So the block space on Ethereum is worth a lot more than, for example, PulseChain, because a lot more people are there on Ethereum. That's what happens, right? We want to, though, speculate on something where everyone thinks it's dead but has future to grow. That's what you want. When a layer 1 chain grows by a 2x, just its price, we already see, friends, the users on the chain, they start spending more on altcoins. They start investing around in the city. So if Pulse went up plus 2x from today, you will start to see, which actually that already happened, friends, by the way. We saw when PulseChain PLS earlier in January this year, when it started popping up, as soon as it went up, we saw people throw themselves at PDI, Teddy Bear, Atropa Ecosystem. We saw HOA, which is the Tangang, right? Hex orange address. We even saw the launch of Dick with Butt and many other things appear. So I'll show you that right now. That's what happened, man. Look at this. Pulse just went up. Look at this, a 2x. A 2x, friends, and everything, look at this, started moving up. And actually show you. This is PDI, right? This is PDI, friends. Look what PDI did from January. Okay, from January this year. Look what it ended up doing. It went up, look at that, 12x. So when Pulse goes up like 2 or 3, this went up 12. Get it? Also HOA, which is Tangang. There's so many examples to go through, friends. So many. Look what Tangang or HOA did from January. It went up 11x. There you go. You see? And you might say, oh, that's easy. No, not really. You got to find the communities that people support. You can't just go buy any share of any business in a city. You might be buying in an alleyway. You might be selling sandwiches in a little dirt alleyway and no one wants to live there because a lot of junkies live there. You see what I mean? If you want to invest in the whole city, you buy the layer 1 chain, but it's less risk because the layer 1 chain is carrying good stuff and bad stuff, dead weight. But if you get your capital allocation right, if you pick right, then you obviously get the biggest upside. But there's more randomness than people think. But that's why we try to do things. Like if you watch my ultimate bull market strategy guide, firstly, go on chain, number 1. Number 2, find an active community. Number 3, key information asymmetry. Are there people in there with sick memes? Can you tag them on Twitter? Does someone here have a fluffy microphone who likes the coins? It's obviously a big one, friends. If I found someone who likes these coins, I go, sweet. They're funny to me now. I like them, right? You see, I'm just giving you an example. Like, friends, wouldn't you and I love like Crypto Banter, Ran, or Ivan on Tech, or any of the biggest YouTubers like Altcoin Daily to like DM us and go, hey, I really think this coin is cool. I like it. Wouldn't you like them to tell us? You go, yeah, I like it too, man. Right now, I actually believe it in my heart because I don't have all the followers. So you don't really know, do they like it to sell on me or they just like it, right? I don't know, but I like this stuff cheap. You see, that obviously that's the difference between me. You and I have to navigate these people ourselves. So we have to think bigger picture, right? And most of the time, whether you have small influencers or large, a lot of people just aren't cut for it because sitting through low times, you see all the pain you go through, right? These things always happen though, friends. This is Pikachu. It always happens. There is a slingshot, all right? There is a slingshot. However, when you're starting to go into smaller and smaller things, there's more variety to choose from, and part of that variety could be literally things blowing up in your face. I have a video here, right? Key competitive edge, finding an active community. And that's where the next part is going to come in because we're going to take it a step further. So always, friends, always. I have these videos out here about the active community. You'll be able to yell a lot. Okay, obviously, PulseChain and Hex. Okay, very, very big obvious ones. Everything related to PulseChain, Hex, Richard. So I make all these videos to show you this part of my bull market strategy, ultimate bull market strategy guide, friends. So finding an active community, super important. Why? Well, imaginary horrible. Your coin drops 99%. Hexagons went through it, man. It dropped minus 99%. They're still here. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people will say that's bad. You go, yeah, it does suck. But now you know that they stuck through the first 99%. You have no worries about the next 99% because they didn't leave. Right? Friends, let's be honest, right? Do you think Michael Saylor will be shitting bricks if Bitcoin dropped minus 99%? Yeah, he's liquidated. He's literally liquidated. Okay? If Bitcoin dropped down to $500, $600, he's finished. His break-even point is 30 grand. You see? See, PulseChain Hex already dropped 99%. We wiped everyone out. Now, you can't take leverage on Hex and do all these for good reason, by the way. You see? Now, I'm not worried about these things. Hey, they're already dropped. The founder's gone. He's not gone, but you get what I mean, all right? You have to start spinning these. They are positive. They are a positive. It's not just cope. It's like that's backwards looking to think about, oh, you dropped 99%. Okay, yeah, bro. That's 2021 talking point stuff. We're now in 2024. We're now heading into the year after the Bitcoin halving. You thinking about something that dropped minus 99%. You're talking to me from the perspective of you sitting on top of the mountain after big gains, right? Now we're looking at the trough, the valley, the bottoms. And the only way to make it is to believe, friends. Like, you know, Max Kaiser, buying Bitcoin now means you have a chance of front on Fortress and scores of other hedge funds and private equity funds coming into the market in 2014. So you got to see that over and over and again. Total belief, man. It's been going 10 years. Total belief. Total belief. And how do you believe in an altcoin or any of these communities? Well, friends, look, man, if you're having fun, that's a good sign. All right, so Dev is cooking. So it's just this girl, obviously attractive looking lady. I mean, I hope it's a lady from Thailand. I mean, are you a lady? Am I getting trolled here, friends? You just don't know these days, right? So you just have videos like this, like, oh, wow, Dev is cooking. Yeah, man, that keeps people engaged and entertained. Like, here's the thing, man. I will watch somebody wear a chef's hat and tell me that Dev is cooking for their coin. I will watch that 10 times before I join an on-chain governance voting forum and vote for like some new proposal, which sounds so boring. Oh my gosh. You got to vote. You got to wait. Who is this? You got to read these 18 pages. All for what, bro? You're not even outperforming ETH. You see? And if it's boring to us, think about the other people. This is a picture of a cockroach, friends. The cockroaches survive. You really got to be a cockroach in this game, man. Not cockroach gut scam, but actual cockroaches, right? Not even the nukes can kill them. So I always make this joke, right? You're waiting for me to capitulate? Keep waiting. Peanut brains, friends. We literally have nothing left to lose. You know the game. You know the game. You look at the 4-year cycle, global liquidity. We know where it's all headed, up. And of course, it comes down to perhaps this one fact, right? Friends, everybody is doing relative value pricing. You know, that's literally the 9th wonder of the world. It's literally just relative value pricing. That's bull market speculation. That's what it is. It goes, ooh, gold is 17 trillion. Crypto is 2 trillion. I wonder if we can get half of gold. I wonder if what that feels like. See? Let me show you right now, actually. Firstly, enjoy this Pikachu lady on the train. So gold 17 trillion, crypto 2 trillion. Therefore, we have an enormous 700% gain remaining in crypto before we start to call it a Ponzi again. So, hey, are we really worth more than gold? We can start to evaluate that on higher prices, okay? 8x on crypto means 100x for some altcoins. Some, not all. Which ones? Everyone's going to say, my bag's the one I own. I hope so, man. I hope so. There will even be a few thousand X's out here. There's too many coins to choose from, though. Let's just enjoy this Pikachu getting his cheeks rubbed. That's what it's come down to, friends. So you really got to believe, friends. You really do got to believe. And I really do believe it. I really do mean it. You got to believe in your heart. Look, you get to see it, right? Holding through 90% drops, saying, don't care what happens. Man, what's the biggest fear is like if you get like 5 red monthly candles of Bitcoin in a row. That's the biggest fear. And that's bear market stuff. That's the fear. Everyone has it. However, you will find most crypto influencers, they don't actually believe their BS price targets, friends. They don't. They're way out before the price targets. Like, they'll be talking about 250k Bitcoin. I already know a lot of these big influencers, they've already said they're selling at 100. They're going to sell like half at 100. Then at 150, they'll sell like, you know, another half. So even if it stops there, they've already sold 75%. Whatever stops at 150 drops back down. Altcoins are down 98%. But trust me, at the tops, they're going to be making videos. We're going to 200 next. We're going to 200 next. They're not going to tell you, I'm out 75%. I've sold 75%. They're not going to be saying that. And we have to watch. If a lot of them are saying that, it means we're going much higher. Because you never know. We have to watch moving target. Moving target. If they did believe, friends, then they wouldn't do so much leverage trading. Because leverage trading, you're basically saying, you're not going to move enough, so I need to do leverage to capture this little part of the move. You can do better, man. You can seek higher levels of risk. Non-friends, that's what they are. You have to hold spot coins. You're going to make it, friends. We're going to make it. We know global liquidity, gold, everything's just pointing to much higher. But like I said, man, yeah, higher. How high? How high? Yes, that's how high. There's a big difference between 6 times your money and 60 times your money. There is a big difference. Everybody's praying for the 60. You and I can't control it. You just have to be prepared that when the signals start coming, that we're completely we're aware of it, okay? And I don't think anyone's going to be able to time it successfully. It's probably going to do what we did this year with Bitcoin, where Bitcoin goes up and it ranges in a zone for a long time, like 6 months, like what we had. And in that period, you might have 3 alt seasons. And no one's going to think that it's over because it's just hey, we're just having these alt seasons up here. And then we're finally done. A world event takes us down. That seems like a perfect trap scenario. What's everyone waiting for? Everyone's waiting for a parabolic move up, spike up, sell, and everything drops down a month later. You're probably not going to get that. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. Tell mum and dad you love them. Catch you in the next one.